Ladies and gentlemen, brothers and sisters, seekers of truth and wisdom, today I stand before you with a message that is not merely symbolic, but deeply meaningful. On the night of August 20th, the full moon will shine its brightest, illuminating the skies, the earth, and our very souls. But beyond the beauty of this celestial wonder, there lies a message, a warning that we must not ignore. For centuries, full moons have carried powerful energy, shaping tides, affecting harvests, and stirring emotions within us. Ancient civilizations treated them with reverence, believing that each full moon carried both blessings and caution. The full moon of August 20th is no exception. It reminds us that light always comes after darkness, but it also warns us that what is hidden will eventually be revealed. This is a time when clarity pierces through illusion, when truth rises above deception. But here is the warning: with such energy also comes disruption. The days following the full moon are times of heightened tension, emotions run high, conflicts spark easily, and rash decisions can lead to regrets. This is not just a mystical belief. Even science acknowledges the moon's effect on human behavior, sleep patterns, and mental balance. On August 20th, as the moon reaches its fullness, we are called to control ourselves, to not let anger, fear, or impulsiveness lead us astray. This warning is also about reflection. The full moon acts as a mirror, forcing us to face our truths. Are we on the right path? Are we nurturing our relationships, our responsibilities, our dreams? Or are we allowing distractions, negativity, and laziness to weaken our spirit? The moonlight exposes what we often hide, even from ourselves. August 20th will not just be a night of beauty, it will be a night of awakening. So, my friends, take this as a call to action. Guard your mind, protect your peace, and avoid unnecessary conflict in the days that follow. Use this time to release what no longer serves you, grudges, doubts, or fears. Just as the moon completes its cycle, we too are reminded that endings create space for new beginnings. Remember this: the warning is not meant to frighten us, but to guide us. The universe is speaking, and it tells us that August 20th is not just another date. It is a moment of truth, clarity, and responsibility. Let us welcome the light, but also respect its warning. The full moon has always been a source of fascination for humanity, not just for its mesmerizing glow in the night sky, but also for the immense energy it radiates. Throughout history, ancient civilizations observed its movements and cycles, believing that each phase influenced life on Earth in powerful ways. Farmers would plant and harvest their crops according to the moon. Healers and spiritual leaders performed rituals under its light, and travelers used its brightness to guide their paths. Even today, the moon is more than just a distant rock orbiting the Earth. It is a force that subtly but surely affects nature and human behavior. The tides of the oceans rise and fall with the gravitational pull of the moon, a reminder that this celestial body exerts a direct influence on our planet. But beyond the physical, many believe it also affects the emotional and psychological state of human beings. People often notice changes in sleep patterns, heightened emotions, and an increased sensitivity around the time of a full moon. This has led to the age-old belief that the moon holds a certain mystical power, one that stirs both the external world and the inner self. The full moon of August 20th carries this same energy, and perhaps even more intensely because it comes at a time when many are searching for clarity and direction. Unlike the fleeting glow of stars, the moon's light is steady, consistent, and commanding. Its brilliance cuts through darkness, symbolizing truth shining through falsehood. When people gaze at the full moon, they are reminded of cycles, the cycle of growth, completion, and renewal. This natural rhythm mirrors the cycles in human life: beginnings, struggles, endings, and new opportunities. It serves as a cosmic reminder that life is never stagnant, and just as the moon transitions from one phase to another, so too do our lives. The beauty of the full moon captivates hearts, but it is its unseen power that demands respect. Science and spirituality meet at this point, as both acknowledge the moon's unique pull over the Earth and its inhabitants, whether through gravitational forces that stir the seas or emotional tides that stir the soul. The full moon holds a place of reverence. It reminds us that we are not separate from the universe, but deeply connected to its movements and energies. This is why every full moon is seen not just as a spectacle of nature, but as an event carrying energy that can shape our thoughts, actions, and even destinies. The full moon of August 20th is not just another night when the sky glows brightly. It is a night that carries profound meaning and a message for those who are willing to pay attention. Across cultures and traditions, full moons have been seen as times of heightened awareness, where illusions fade and reality comes into sharper focus. The light of the moon has long been thought of as a symbol of clarity, exposing what was hidden in the shadows. On this night, the message is clear. Truths that have been concealed or ignored will come to the surface, forcing us to confront them whether we are ready or not. It is as if the universe uses this celestial moment to remind humanity that deception cannot last forever, and that the light will always reveal what darkness tried to hide. The August 20th full moon holds a particularly strong energy of revelation and self-realization. It does not only concern the outer world, but also speaks to the inner self. This is a time when many may feel a sudden understanding of situations, relationships, or personal struggles that previously seemed confusing or unclear. The moon acts like a mirror, reflecting back to us. The sol was the vera, acts to moon or dulsaf, the mirrors, written acts like a mirror, reflecting back to us. The mirror justice the false courageous starts truths we may have avoided. It is a reminder that while we may sometimes try to escape from our responsibilities or deny what lies within us, the cycles of nature have a way of bringing us back to reality. The light of the full moon illuminates not just the earth, but also the corners of the heart and mind that we often leave in shadow. This celestial event also symbolizes the balance between light and darkness, between what is known and what is hidden. The clarity that comes with the full moon does not always bring comfort, as it can reveal hard truths or expose flaws in ourselves and others. But in that discomfort lies growth, for it is only by acknowledging truth that one can move forward. The August 20th moon reminds us that clarity is a gift, even if it feels heavy at first. The message of this night is simple yet powerful. The time for illusions has passed, and the time for truth has arrived. Those who embrace this revelation with courage will find themselves more aligned with their path and more aware of the direction they need to take. The warning that comes with the full moon is one that has echoed throughout time, for every cycle of the moon is not only about beauty and light, but also about intensity and disruption. The full moon has long been observed as a period when emotions rise to the surface, when the energy around us feels charged, and when people often act on impulses they later regret. Science itself has acknowledged that sleep patterns tend to be disturbed during this phase, leading to restlessness, irritability, and heightened sensitivity. When people are tired or unsettled, their ability to remain calm and rational weakens, and this can spark unnecessary arguments or reckless decisions. The days following a full moon, particularly one as significant as that of August 20th, are therefore times when we must exercise greater caution. Conflicts may arise more easily, not because situations have changed drastically, but because the human response to them becomes more volatile. Words spoken in frustration may wound deeply, and small misunderstandings can escalate quickly. It is a period when relationships, whether personal or professional, may face strain if individuals do not consciously choose patience and self-control. This is the true essence of the warning. The light of the full moon illuminates not only truths, but also emotions that may have been suppressed, and when those emotions surface, they can either be healed or cause harm, depending on how they are handled. The warning is not meant to spread fear, but rather awareness. Just as sailors adjust their sails when they sense a storm, so too must we prepare ourselves when we sense heightened energies. By remaining mindful, by choosing not to react hastily, and by giving ourselves moments of calm reflection, we can avoid the chaos that so often follows this lunar phase. The energy of the full moon is strong, but strength is not always negative. It can be directed toward creativity, problem solving, or breaking free from cycles that no longer serve us. Yet without control, that same energy can lead to destruction, damaged relationships, and regrets that could have been avoided. The full moon of August 20th, therefore, comes with a clear reminder that while the skies may be glowing, it is the choices we make under that glow that determine whether the days ahead bring peace or turmoil. The full moon has always been described as a mirror in the sky, and on August 20th it will once again hold up that mirror to every individual willing to look within. Its light does not simply brighten the night, but penetrates into the depths of our hearts and minds, exposing what we try to keep hidden. Many of us go through life avoiding certain truths, pushing aside uncomfortable emotions, or pretending that problems will disappear if we ignore them. Yet the full moon has a way of making all that avoidance impossible. Its brilliance strips away the layers of illusion and forces us to see ourselves as we are, not as we wish to appear. This can be uncomfortable, for self-reflection is rarely easy, but it is also necessary for growth. During this time, many people find themselves thinking deeply about the paths they are on, Questions arise with more urgency than before. Am I truly happy with the choices I have made, or have I been drifting along without purpose? Am I nurturing my relationships, or have I been neglecting those who matter most? Am I living in alignment with my values, or compromising too often out of fear or convenience? The full moon shines light on such questions, giving clarity to what once felt blurred. It acts as a reminder that we cannot escape ourselves and that the first step toward any change in life begins with honest reflection. It is not only personal truths that surface under the full moon, but also truths in our surroundings. Situations that have been unclear suddenly appear in sharper focus, revealing hidden motives or realities we previously overlooked. This can apply to friendships, work environments, or even broader events happening in the world. In this way, the full moon challenges us to confront reality, no matter how uncomfortable it may be. But it also offers a gift. Once something is brought to light, we are no longer trapped in the shadows of confusion. The full moon of August 20th carries this very lesson, urging us to look at what has been concealed and to find strength in facing it. It is not about fear, but about courage. The courage to acknowledge truth, to release denial, and to step into clarity with open eyes. It is through this reflection that we begin to move closer to authenticity and inner peace. The energy of the full moon does not only bring reflection and revelation, it also offers an opportunity to release what no longer serves us. On August 20th, as the moon shines in its fullness, it reminds us that holding on to negativity, grudges, and fears weighs us down and prevents us from moving forward. Just as the moon goes through phases, waxing and waning, we too are called to let go of cycles that keep us stagnant. Many people carry emotional baggage from the past, unforgiven mistakes, unresolved anger, or fears about the future, and these burdens silently drain their strength. The full moon provides a symbolic moment to confront these inner weights and decide to release them, making space for new growth and renewed energy. Letting go, however, is never simple. Human nature clings to familiarity, even when it hurts us. Grudges, for example, may feel like protection, but in truth they are chains that keep us bound to pain. Fears, though they may seem like warnings, often hold us back from pursuing our dreams or embracing opportunities. The full moon's radiance exposes these patterns, encouraging us to recognize how much of our suffering is self-imposed by refusing to release. On this night, the message is clear. Freedom comes not from carrying everything, but from knowing what to leave behind. This release is not only emotional, but also mental and spiritual. It is a time to quiet the mind, to stop feeding on doubts and self-criticism, and to allow peace to enter. Many people find practices such as meditation, journaling, or simply spending time under the moonlight to be powerful ways of symbolically letting go. The act itself is not as important as the intention, the willingness to free oneself from what is toxic or draining. The August 20th full moon is therefore a reminder that renewal begins with release. The energy following this lunar phase is particularly supportive of fresh beginnings. When we release grudges, our relationships can heal. When we release fears, our courage grows stronger. When we release doubts, our path becomes clearer. The full moon teaches us that endings are not final. They are the clearing of old ground to allow new life to bloom. By letting go under its light, we align ourselves with this natural rhythm and open the door to transformation. Endings often carry a sense of sadness or loss, but the full moon teaches us that endings are not to be feared, for they are simply part of a greater cycle that makes room for fresh beginnings. On August 20th, the fullness of the moon symbolizes completion, a reminder that certain chapters in our lives may be drawing to a close. Whether these endings take the form of relationships that no longer serve us, habits that drain our energy, or situations that have reached their natural limit, they are not meant to leave us empty, but to prepare us for what comes next. Just as the moon cannot stay full forever, but must begin to wane in order for a new cycle to begin, we too must accept that letting go of what has run its course is necessary to create space for growth and renewal. The energy of this lunar phase is deeply tied to transformation. Every ending contains the seed of a beginning, and every release opens the way for something greater. For many, this period is a chance to reframe how they view change. Instead of clinging to the past with resistance, the full moon invites us to embrace it with acceptance. Life is a series of transitions, and while some of them may be painful or uncertain, each one carries the potential to bring us closer to the life we are meant to live. By allowing what must end to end, we show trust in the rhythm of the universe and in our own ability to adapt and grow. This is also a time of renewal for dreams and aspirations. When we clear away what no longer serves us, we free up energy to focus on what truly matters. New opportunities often cannot reach us when we are holding too tightly to what is familiar but stagnant. The August 20th full moon's reminder is that space must be created for blessings to flow in. Just as a garden must be cleared of weeds before new seeds can thrive, our lives must be cleared of unnecessary weight before new beginnings can take root. Rather than seeing endings as losses, the full moon asks us to view them as gifts. They mark a turning point, a chance to realign ourselves with purpose, and a moment to welcome the renewal that follows. Each cycle completed under the moon becomes a stepping stone toward a brighter and more authentic future. The warning that comes with the full moon of August 20th should never be seen as a message of fear, but rather as guidance meant to protect us and lead us toward wiser choices. Too often, people hear the word warning and think of danger or threat, yet in truth, a warning is simply a call to awareness. It is the universe's way of urging us to slow down, to think before we act, and to guard what is most precious, our peace of mind and the harmony of our relationships. The full moon carries immense energy, and energy itself is neutral. It is our response to it that determines whether it becomes constructive or destructive. If we allow our emotions to control us, if we give in to anger or impulsiveness, then the days following the full moon can indeed bring conflict and regret. But if we take the warning to heart and remain calm, patient, and mindful, that same energy can be transformed into clarity, creativity, and progress. This perspective changes everything. Instead of fearing the influence of the moon, we can prepare for it, just as one prepares for a powerful storm by securing the home. The moon's light is a reminder that we cannot always control external circumstances, but we can control how we respond to them. Protecting peace becomes the highest priority because peace within creates peace around us. By choosing not to engage in unnecessary arguments, by pausing before making quick decisions, and by staying rooted in patience, we ensure that the days following the full moon do not overwhelm us. The guidance also extends to the choices we make for our future. The clarity that comes with the full moon allows us to see both opportunities and risks more clearly. This makes it the perfect time to step back and carefully evaluate the direction of our lives. The warning reminds us not to rush or be careless, but to act with wisdom and intention. In this way, the full moon becomes less of a challenge and more of a teacher. Its brilliance shines on the paths before us, but it is up to us to walk them with awareness. The August 20th full moon, therefore, brings not fear but empowerment, as long as we respect its guidance and align ourselves with its light. As we prepare for the full moon of August 20th, let us remember that its light is not only a sight to admire, but also a message to embrace. It calls us to reflect on our truths, to release what no longer serves us, to guard our peace, and to step into new beginnings with clarity and courage. The warning it brings is not to frighten us, but to guide us, reminding us that our choices shape the way this energy influences our lives. If we meet this moment with patience, mindfulness, and strength, the days that follow can become a time of growth, renewal, and deeper alignment with our true selves. The full moon will pass, but the wisdom it offers can remain with us if we choose to listen.